Is going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
Ready, 21.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as they are now on the board here in the first half.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
21. Here we go. Hey, Delta.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Well, as we hit the home stretch of the regular season, just 3 weeks left. Let's look at the slate for Week 15, some of the more intriguing games. Houston and Tennessee, that's a big one in the AFC South. Rams going to Dallas. Buffalo at Pittsburgh, that's a Sunday night game. And then Charles Davis, he'll be taking his park into the frozen tundra. You've got Chicago at Green Bay this week. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And the pass from Ryan complete to Freeman. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo looks to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! One, Omaha. Hey, exit.
45 to Mike. 45.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Hey, zoom.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Caught by Jones. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ryan now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Now Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
49ers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Check 13.
12.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him on to the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and it's up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. On 2nd down, it's Coleman, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Freeman. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Ready, like 25.
56. I'm going to run you over.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 14. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Ryan to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is indeed good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and...
And he's into the clear. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 75 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate with Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's Breida, and he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
21.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Here's Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Watch the edge.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood!
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
45.
Hey, Orbit.
You don't want this. 45.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Switch.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on.
Post-game report player stats. Finish game. Entering online hub screen, you have 5 options. Quick